All right, hey guys, we're back here at our build site that we've been kind of taking you through the whole process of the demolition when we had the SWAT team out here. And we're gonna get to this in a second, but first I wanna show you the footings because every solid house is built on a solid foundation. Let's go check that out real quick. All right, we are back at the Horst build site. Today's concrete day. It's actually the second concrete day because they came in a week ago and poured the footing. So that's the wider portion at the bottom of the stem walls, which is what they're pouring right now. So it all needs to be laid out very, very carefully. They took their time in measuring everything because all of those walls need to be very square because that's what the framing then comes up off of as the house progresses. So they nailed it. All the inspections passed, of course, and here we are now. After the stem walls get poured, next week they're gonna come back and start backfilling around it, and then it will start to actually look like a house. Now we have mountains of dirt and a giant hole in the ground, but that will be the key to making this thing really start looking like what it's gonna be. So we're getting super excited on our end. Wanted to share this with you guys. We got some cool drone shots of the pumper truck, which is this long boom right here. So the big concrete trucks, there's 4 of them coming today. They come and they dump their concrete into the pumper. Pumper then places it exactly where it needs to go inside the forms for the stem walls. And then these guys are doing their thing. So it's all filled with rebar. Looks awesome. We're excited. All right, we're in the crawl space. As you can see, it's really tall. Almost tall enough for me, but not quite. We opted not to do a full basement on this one, just added cost. It would have jacked the cost up quite a bit to have the foundation that much taller. So instead, this has a really awesome crawl space. And you can see this foundation, all of these walls are load bearing, everything is structurally done. They came and they glued the, up above me here is the flooring on the first floor of the house. They glued that down and nailed it, so you're not gonna have any squeaky floors. And then these are like the newer floor joist systems that you'll see out there. Gone are the days of, 2x12s or whatever. This is the new stuff that they're using. Anyway, you can see this is an enormous, wonderful crawl space that could be used for storage. What you're seeing over there, that perforated pipe, that is the passive radon system that they're installing in this house. It could be easily switched on to an active radon system. We have a lot of radon up here in North Idaho, so those are a nice addition to have, and it's a lot easier to put it in at this stage than try to do it after the house is done. All right, I'm standing on the future front porch. They just poured the slab for this yesterday. They had to do that at this stage because there are timbers that come off of here to frame in the front porch of this home, and then the second story will rest on that. So that has to be done at this stage. So that's why this is poured. Let's go check out the inside. All right, I'm standing in the opening of the master bedroom. This will be a slider out to a small deck that then attaches to the larger deck. I wanted to point out that area that's roped off down there, that is the new septic tank, and then the leach field runs out that way. So they roped that off so that the framers don't drive over it. They have this big lift that they're using to move material around the job site. So it's important to have a builder that pays attention to things like that and make sure to rope that off so nobody runs it over and crushes the new tank and the new leach field. All right, I'm standing in the future great room, living room area that attaches to the dining room and the kitchen. As you can see, most of the walls on the interior on the first floor are framed up. They used these amazing floor sheeting. This stuff is super water resistant, so if we did get some rain, it would be completely fine. And it says right on there, flat out best for a quiet, stiff floor. So there you go. Wall heights are gonna be 9 feet as you look around here. So the ceiling height's gonna be 9 feet in the first floor and the second floor. And then this room will have a big vault on it. So kind of hard to visualize at this point, but tomorrow they will start putting in the floor joists for the second floor and then start framing on the second floor as well. And then it will really start to come together. All right, that's it for today's update. Next time we check in, we will have a second story on this home for you guys to check out. So stick around. Quick update on this build right here. Trusses are on. I've got some cool drone shots of that so you guys can see it. Things have moved really fast up to this point. The framers are kicking butt and getting it all done. It's really cool. You can walk in the house now and see the layout of the different rooms because they're all framed up. We'll get some B-roll of that too, so you guys can check that out. Truss day, we intended to get video, but it was sort of anticlimactic in that they have the trusses up on the roof before we even got here, and then it's kind of slow watching them putting them out, so it wasn't that cool. But we have the shear inspection tomorrow, and that is when the county comes out and they make sure that the shear walls are all good to go. That's basically this plywood on the outside of the house that keeps it stable from falling over. So that'll happen tomorrow, and then once that happens, then they can wrap the house in house wrap and get ready for the siders and the windows and doors to get installed. The framers say by the end of next week they will have the roof sheathed, so we will almost be dried in, which is good because we're getting towards October. We are going to be safe on this one, and we're going to we'll have it dried in before the rainy season, so the timing was perfect on that. That's the best update I got, so check out that B-roll and some of the drone shots so you guys can see what it looks like. It's actually looking like a house now. It's pretty cool.
The 1000 is windows and sliders. We have to have mirrors, shower doors, and windows to get past inspection, including mirrors. We can do one of two things. I'm assuming you're probably going to want to find mirrors that we can roll them into our cost with the window.
I liked your idea of the trimming it out.
It looks really nice.
But, well, the other thing is we weren't planning on doing, we're probably going to do paint grade baseboard trim, so
it looks good painted too. Like I've done a lot of them. So basically what it is I'm assuming you're gonna have a 4-inch backsplash in the bathroom. It's just a 4-inch or a 6, whatever. Probably. You hold it up 2 inches from the bottom of the picture frame, right? So you set the window, you set the mirror, or you leave clearances, and we want to turn your outlets horizontal to the backsplash.
okay.
So that so they're out of the way, right? So and then we come in, and then they trim it out, they frame it out, and then when the painters come in, they'll probably come in very last, and then they'll make a really good paint job of it. Cool. It looks really good.
All right, today you're going to join us while we go pick out some cabinets, or at least discuss cabinets, including the layout, colors, all the stuff. We are at Huntwood Cabinets, which is in Liberty Lake, Washington. It's only about a 20-minute drive from Coeur d'Alene, and they supply cabinets for a lot of the custom home builders on the Idaho side as well. So we're going to go inside. We already have an appointment set up, and we have our plans with us, and we're going to go through and kind of lay out what the whole cabinet layout will be in the house, and then start looking at some color samples and things like that. Let's go check it out.